One of the biggest points of confusion that I hear from folks and questions I receive and comments I see is when they're trying to transfer their Tonex tone models or presets to their pedal. And they're trying to audition it and get what they want on their pedal to sound exactly like it is in their software. They're a little uncertain how they monitor this, especially when utilizing Tonex Pedal as an audio interface. So today I want to go on an in-depth dive into this topic and hopefully sort this out once and for all for folks so that they can have a better workflow and actually hear what it is that they want to hear while they're doing this. I'm also going to showcase my new tone model collection today, which is my Ravv 40 TR Ultimate Tone Model Collection. This is a really killer set of tone models, both amp and cab and amp only or DI tone models of my brand new Ravv D40 amplifier. What a killer amplifier. The folks at Ravv really knock it out of the park with these amps. I'm going to do a full video just about this amp in the very near future, but this is captured through my incredible 2-Rock 112 closeback speaker cabinet. I gotta say, I love these tones. So I'm gonna take you through those first, and then I'm gonna later in the video at the end, I will play you the full-blown demo video of a full-length song with a full rhythm section that actually features my good friend Marco Miniman on drums, really killer tune from my last album, Brief Eclipse, and I absolutely love this tune. These tones worked really beautifully for it. So what we'll do today is I'm gonna have everything time-stamped below. I'm gonna take you through the tone models first with a couple different guitars, then we'll dive into today's topic and hopefully clear this subject up once and for all. So here I am over in Tonex, and actually today I am plugged directly into my Tonex pedal, utilizing it as the audio interface. So you're going to hear how these sound with Tonex pedal as the audio interface. So I'll just give you a quick explanation here. I have my Ravv 40 TR clean 2, push 1, push 2, OD1, OD2, and OD3. So a real nice array of tones ranging all the way from clean through to edge of breakup push and different flavors of overdrive as well. The bundle also has the DI or amp only captures as well. So you get all of those as DI captures as well. So it's a really nice bundle, very versatile. Not super high gain like some folks would think with some of the Ravv generator amps. This is more their kind of, I'd say, mid gain, and you'll hear it when we get up to OD3. So starting here, I'm playing my Gibson SG, starting on the clean tone model. I'm on my bridge pickup. Go to my neck. Middle position. Beautiful tones. A little bit of a different flavor here for clean 2. A little more edge of breakup. Go to neck pickup. Middle position. Back to bridge. Moving on to the next level again, push 1, a little more edge of breakup now, a little more overdrive. Neck pickup. Middle position. Back to bridge. Moving on to push 2. Now getting a little more into some overdrive. Neck pickup. Try to dial these in so they sound good with various guitars and various pickup positions. Middle position. Back to the bridge position. Now OD1. Similar level of gain to push 2, but just kind of voice different. Neck pickup. Middle position. Back to the bridge. OD2. Neck pickup. And moving on to finally OD3 on the bridge pickup. Neck pickup. So beautiful stuff. Let's take a listen to these now a little bit quicker with some single coil pickups. Here I have my Sir Classic T Telly style guitar. Here we are back on the clean tone bridge pickup. Neck pickup. Back to the bridge, we'll move on to clean 2. Works beautifully with the single coil pickups as well. Neck pickup. Middle position. Beautiful stuff. Moving on to push 1. Neck pickup. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Push 2 back to the bridge position. Neck pickup. Moving on to OD1, bridge position. Neck. OD2, bridge position. Neck. And finally, OD3, bridge position. Neck. All right, so there you have a quick look at the new Ravv TR tone model collection. I have a link below available at my website now if you are so inclined. Later in the video at the end, after we discuss today's topic, we're going to listen to a full-blown demo video. Utilize these tone models all together in a mix from a song from my last album. So let's get on with today's discussion. First, I'm going to take you over to the pedal with my little handheld cell phone camera video just to show you how you can set the two different modes we're going to need to understand for today's topic. All right, so first things first, I want to take you through, and I apologize, I'm using my phone here as an easy way to do this little extra bit of video shoot. I want to show you how you can change from live to interface mode on your Tonex pedal. I've talked about this in other videos, but I'll show it to you again for this video because it's going to be such an important thing. So we're going to come up to our model encoder up here. We're going to long press that. You'll see that it says preset setup. I'm going to rotate this to global setup, press it again. Now I can rotate this encoder all the way down to when we see operation. And in a second, operation mode, it'll scroll. I press that again. Now you'll notice that I have the ability to go between interface and live by rotating my encoder. This is going to be ultra important to the topic today. Depending on what we're doing, we're going to want it sometimes in live mode and we're going to want it sometimes in interface mode. And I will go and show you exactly what's going to happen when we switch this in just a second when we get the software up. So that's how we go about doing that. If we want to get back out of that, we come over to our preset button and we can hit that to back out of that to get back to our original location. All right, so now that we understand how to set live and interface mode, let's talk about why that's important. So today's topic is this. A lot of folks are very confused in how to get their tones from their Tonex software onto their Tonex pedal and kind of be able to monitor it properly while they're doing it and to get what they actually have edited on their software onto their pedal in a way that it's going to sound the same and give them what they want. I've had this question so many times, so I figured it would be time for a video. Now, one thing that Tonex software is not is a pedal editor. So let's get that out of the way right away. Changes that I'm making here, if I crank the gain up or change something here, it is not changing that on the pedal. We don't have that ability at this point in time. I'm not saying that that isn't something that could come in the future, and I really hope it does. It's a very big request for Tonex. But for now, for the way we are at right at the moment, we must do our tweaking of whatever we want to transfer to the pedal here in the software, save that, and then transfer it to the pedal. And then we can further tweak it on the pedal. All these controls are on the pedal. And if you take a look in the manual and some videos I did in the past, you can make tweaks and you can save on the pedal after as well. But that's beyond the scope of this video. So we want to make sure that we are getting what we have in our software onto our pedal. Now, number one, let's go over and figure out how we can actually transfer what we have over to our pedal. So we have to go up here. We're in the player tab right now. So when I'm in the player tab with Tonex Pedal set to interface mode. And what I've done here is I've gone up to my settings, and you'll notice here I have the ASIO driver for Tonex Pedal installed. I've chosen Tonex Pedal as my audio interface, instrument input, Tonex in 1. I'm plugged into that with my guitar. And then I have Tonex 1 and 2 out, which is heading straight to my studio monitor so I can monitor. You could also do this over headphones. So now that I have that set and I have Tonex Pedal in interface mode, when I play, it's going to reflect what I have chosen in the software. So while I'm using Tonex Pedal as my interface, I'm not actually monitoring the tone model from Tonex Pedal. I'm monitoring from the software, utilizing Tonex Pedal as an audio interface. We can change that though in a moment, but let's go over to the Librarian tab. Now it shows me what I have on my pedal, and I have a whole twack of my tone model collections on here. Let's just come to the last, or second to last one here. Let's say I wanted this preset just as I have it dialed in with the reverb, this cab, all of these settings. I'm on my preset tab, I go to Librarian, I can simply click this, drag it up to the slot that I want it to be in, and you'll notice it overwrote that. It prompted me to ask if I wanted to overwrite that. So it's overwritten it now. That is on my pedal. Now if I click this here, I'm still not hearing any change when I switch on my pedal here because I am in interface mode and Tonex Pedal is feeding the software. So I'm hearing the software. So the only changes I'm going to hear is what I make down here in the bottom panel. This is, when I click up here, it's changing my pedals to these different tone models, but I'm not hearing that because I am in interface mode on my Tonex Pedal. So I can hear this model, but if I switch to this, you'll see that even though I'm in a Librarian tab, I'm still only hearing what the software is putting out. Okay, so again, Tonex Pedal is in interface mode. I have it set as the interface to monitor Tonex software off of, and so only the changes I make down here is what I'm going to hear, not up here. But I can drag those presets up to here. Now, what if I just want, let's go back to our player tab, and I go to my reset chain here, and I go to my tone models. Now you notice noise gate is off, compressor's off, reverb's off. It's the tone model now, just as it was captured and intended, without any sweeteners. Sometimes maybe we want that on our pedal. Well, it's simple. We go to the Librarian tab, we choose one of these, we drag not the preset. You notice I have two different selections here. I drag the tone model up to a different place. Now what's going to happen on my pedal is I'm going to have just the tone model version without the reverb and the compression and everything. Now we can later on add that in our pedal and save a preset on the pedal itself. That's fine. But we're talking just about how the two work together today. So I have the preset version and I have the tone model version. So the preset version is going to have some noise gate, compression, reverb, and the tone model is just going to be the amp and the cab. And you'll see that when I switch this. Again, I'm now monitoring solely off of the software. So only the changes I make in the bottom pane are going to make a difference. Well, let's say that we actually now want to hear, well, what is going on my pedal? I've transferred a couple things up here. What's happening up there? That's when I go back to the setting I showed you before, where I go, and I'm going to go down here, you're not going to be able to see it, but I go into my global settings and I scroll all the way down to operation mode. Now I switch it away from interface into live mode. Okay, so now what's happening is I'm no longer hearing what's going on in the software. Live mode is now my guitar plugged straight into Tonex Pedal, and Tonex Pedal is now going to be playing me what is up here. Now you notice I'm just getting a DI guitar track. That's because I don't have the actual preset engaged. So I have a flashing light on the preset that I want to be on. So if I engage this now and turn it on, I now hear that tone model that I transferred right here that's selected. Now when I make changes up here, I'm going to be actually switching between what is on the pedal now, and I'm no longer monitoring what's in the software. So the two that we dragged up here, I have my Ravv 40TR push 1, just tone model, you'll hear there's no reverb. But the one where I brought the preset up, now we have reverb, compression, some noise gate. So here I transferred the raw tone model. Here I transferred the preset. So again, Tonex Pedal is in live mode now. I can now monitor what's going on up here. I could come all the way up here. These are all collections that are available on my website. This is of a great hand-wired Marshall 1974X. Right, so now I'm actually switching and monitoring the pedal itself. Right, so that's great. Now, if I want to go back to monitoring what's on the software, I just go back into my global settings again, like I showed earlier in the video. Some people find this a bit of a pain. Hopefully this will change in the future, but actually, once you get used to it, it's not bad. Now I'm back to interface mode. Now, something to be very careful of. I have the pedal engaged, the tone model pedal engaged still. So what this is going to do now is it's going to stack the tone model that's on the pedal on top of whatever I have chosen down here. So let's say I have my Ravv TROD3 and this is selected on the pedal with the pedal engaged. So the light will be solid green on the pedal rather than a flashing light. Okay, so now you're going to hear these two tone models stacked on top of one another. And this is the part that people have a hard time with. They go, oh my goodness, it sounds absolutely terrible. If you're stacking the tone model from the pedal on top of monitoring the software in your interface mode, it's going to sound like this. Oversaturated, terrible, extra reverb. It's just awful. So that's easily rectified by when we switch back to interface mode and we want to monitor the software, we must press the foot switch of whatever tone model we're on inside of Tonex Pedal, and you'll get a flashing green light. Now we're just monitoring the software again. So again, if we're on interface mode monitoring what the software is doing, we have to disengage the tone model on the pedal so it doesn't combine or stack up and sound really awful with what we're monitoring on the software. But when we switch over to live mode, now if we don't re-engage that tone model on the pedal itself, then it's just going to be our DI dry guitar. But I can re-engage and make the selections from the pedal itself. Now, if I press that same switch again, it's just going to go off and be a bypass DI guitar. So it's really important to understand the global setting of live mode or interface mode in how it's going to work with this. So again, the Tonex software is not a pedal editor. We have to come to the player mode here, make our changes to either our preset or our tone model, get it sounding the way we want. We would have Tonex Pedal on interface mode with the preset or the tone model bypassed on the pedal, right? So the switch is flashing green LED. Then we could make our tweaks here, save them, move over to Librarian tab, drag them up to our pedal. If we then want to monitor what's on our pedal, which we don't necessarily have to because we know what we put on there, but if we want to, we can flip over to live mode and then engage that particular tone model or preset on the pedal, and we will now hear that and know exactly what's on our pedal. All right, I hope that that was somewhat helpful and clear. It can be a little bit confusing. I'm sure in the future there's going to be updates to Tonex that are going to maybe make this workflow a little bit better, but right now it is the #1 question I'm getting, and a lot of folks are confused by it. So I figure I would do a video about that, and hopefully that clears it up and gets your workflow working in a manner that makes it more enjoyable and quick for you to get what you need out of both the Tonex software and the Tonex Pedal. Today I'm going to leave you with the demo video for my full-blown Ravv 40 TR Ultimate Tone Model Collection. It's amp and cab and DI captures in that. The link is below at my website, and I hope you enjoy this music on the way out. This is a song from my last album. Brief Eclipse with my good friend Marco Miniman on drums and my equally good friend Jason Henry on bass. Those two guys always kill it, knock it out of the park, and I love playing with them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it with anybody you think would get some use or enjoyment out of watching it. Also, please subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the music on the way out. Talk soon.